We begin in the kitchen with one of our favorite friends on the show. We're talking about Datz, and Zach West is back with us to talk about this milestone that Datz is celebrating. We're talking a decade of Datz, aren't we, Zach?
Exactly. 1 decade, 10 years of Datz. It's quite an accomplishment for a restaurant these days.
Yes.
To be open for a decade.
And just to be able to see, too, how you've grown and you've evolved and you've had these new concepts, too, and seeing the success. We love that you're a part of the show, but before we get started, it's interesting to hear your background. You originally started with Datz many years ago and then came back. Explain what you've been able to see and what changes you saw during the past decade.
Well, I mean, Datz was actually my second restaurant job ever. I basically got my start with them. That was one of the real mom and pop places that I started at. And it really gave me a passion working at Datz. I did a lot of their barbecue stuff. I did a lot of their lunch meats. And you can ask any other place that I've worked at, any other cooks that I've worked with, I am extremely particular about my lunch meat and my barbecue.
Well,
So it is something that has stuck with me forever, and I've always been great friends with the owners of Datz, with the Perrys. They're fantastic people. They take care of their people very well.
Well, we want to get you cooking, but I want to go back into that statement you just made there. But in the meantime, what are we making today? Is is this a throwback item?
This is this is a little bit of new with a little bit of old. This is a play on a carbonara, but we're doing it with short ribs. So carbonara is normally like bacon, a lot of pepper, some
carbonara.
eggs. Oh yeah,
Love
fantastic, fantastic. But so this is almost if you took a carbonara and combined it with like a beef stroganoff.
Oh.
So what we have here is our boneless short rib that we've braised for about 3 hours. We take a bunch of the liquid that we braise with, reduce it down with it, make a real thick, hearty sauce with it, so it's nice. A lot of umami flavors in it.
Umami flavors.
And then we're gonna build a beautiful, beautiful pasta dish off of it that is seriously one of my favorite pasta dishes ever.
Well, let's go for it.
All right, so we're starting off with a little bit of vegetable oil. Always gotta start off with that. Building flavor, onions and garlic.
Oh,
all right.
That in itself smells good.
One of my favorite smells in the kitchen is onions and garlic right when you throw it into a pan. All right, so then building off a lot of umami flavors, making this a really deep and rich pasta. We have some shiitake mushrooms. We have some classic buttons. All right, we're gonna take those, get a little cook on those real quick. All right, then, talking about how we had some of the liquid from the braising of the short ribs, we're gonna add that in. All right, that's gonna add a lot of really great depth of flavor.
Well, while you are kind of whipping that up, and I'll let you keep going with your steps here, you brought up the owners. Do you think in their wildest dreams they would have thought back 10 years ago that, yes, we're going to have a highly successful, very popular nationwide restaurant chain? You think they just have to pinch themselves sometimes?
Oh, definitely, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I've been part of quite a few openings in Tampa Bay, and it's openings of restaurant is always the most stressful time, okay? Because you don't know what to expect. You don't know what is, as much as you can plan, you're never going to plan for everything that's going to happen. So, just being a part of them, they were on, I believe, year 2 whenever I joined, and it was still just, it was crazy. It was always unbelievably busy, and I laugh because any place I've ever worked, I'm like, you don't know busy until you've worked at Datz.
Datz busy.
Datz is constantly busy.
We'll start describing busy as Datz busy.
Exactly.
I like that.
You're busy, but you're not Datz busy. All right, so we're adding
now my favorite part.
Yes, we're adding some pappardelle pasta.
I love pappardelle noodles.
Wide
love
noodle,
them.
egg pasta. All right, frozen peas, because you can't have beef stroganoff without frozen peas.
There you go.
A little bit of Parmesan.
Or even some carbonara, right? Most
Exactly. All right, some basil and some parsley. All right, now here's where the carbonara effect comes in.
Okay, this is the thing that's hard to do, right?
All right, so you have to drizzle whole egg into it, and you want to make sure that you're tossing it while you're doing this, because otherwise you're going to end up with scrambled eggs.
Can I be honest? My husband has tried to make carbonara on his own, and that has happened.
Yeah?
Yes, so I know how difficult that is. We've got about 30 seconds, too.
All right,
so I'll let you.
Finishing it up, a little bit more Parmesan. All right, and then we'll plate.
And you know what, too, while we're doing that, I feel like I've got so much to get in. We haven't even touched on the menu items that you brought in front. Those are some Datz classics, right?
All right, that is our Reuben and our Havana Hottie, our Cuban play. If you haven't had the Datz Reuben, you're messing up. You're doing stuff wrong. And our Havana Hottie is one of my favorites. Got the honey cut mustard. All right, finishing off, a little bit more cheese because you can't have enough cheese. A little bit more herbs. And then this is where the carbonara also comes in. This is cured egg yolk.
Oh, that's
so a little bit over top. You know, instead of doing a poached egg, instead of doing a little crispy fried egg, little cured egg yolk.
Well, you know what? You can tell Zach knows how to deal with busy the way he's talking and finishing up that boy. If you want to visit Datz, celebrate a decade of Datz, be sure and say hello on South McDill Avenue. There's the website phone number. As always, Zach, thank you so much. Congratulations on the restaurant success, and we look forward to seeing you back soon.
Awesome, for sure. Thank you.